when I think in strength in numbers, I just think about the power of camaraderie, the power of people coming together under one common idea and moving it forward. A lot of the times I speak about pushing culture forward, and the only way to push culture forward is the strength of numbers, the strength of people coming together around an idea, a vision, values. That's how I feel about strength in numbers.
Yeah, when I hear strength in numbers, the first thing coming to my mind is unity. Us coming together, we stronger together. I think of power. I think of we can't be defeated. If one don't have something, the other one has it. I think faith, because when you talk about strength in numbers, you're talking about faith and belief in others. And I think of teamwork. So I feel like we're stronger together. When you look at us as African Americans doing business together, just grouping up, we could do anything. We could change the game. We could change the world. Well, I built an empire because I wasn't afraid to fall forward. Everybody afraid to fail. And I said, failure is not an option, but failure, everybody go through it. No L is a loss, it's a lesson. So when I fail forward. And I just got in the game. People don't realize the only way you can hit a home run, you got to swing at the ball. Most of us are afraid to strike out.
What P just said, I was chasing my dream of just innovating and going further and getting the most out of myself that I can. Just mentioned, they gave me equity in the company. And within 2 years, they sold the company for $200 million and I got a check. And I realized the power of ownership at that moment in time when I got the check. Then I realized that you could actually, the tax benefits of it, capital gains and everything that impacts from a tax basis. Ownership is a very, very important aspect of the evolution of us as Black people.
Equity is more important than money. If you look at the deal that Spencer Haywood passed up with Nike in the 70s, he was offered 10% of Nike. He would have $8.6 billion right now. He took $100,000. He took the money. And we have to change that mindset.
Are you willing to do whatever it takes to get your idea over the finish line? Are you willing to listen to naysayers tell you it's not gonna work? And no matter how many people tell you it's not gonna work, it doesn't do absolutely nothing at changing your mind. Are you willing to do that? Because if you're willing to do that, that's the bug, that's the start of getting a seat at the table.
To change your mindset to cross over from the street to be able to cross over to corporate America, it's just about making a sacrifice, because you look at the white guys in corporate America, they able to have the sustainability. We don't have that sustainability because once one of us fall off or lose up, it's a hard road to get back. And so if you're gonna get that seat at the table, you have to be able to just be bold and just keep going. And that's when you talk about no limit. For me, that's what no limit is about. It's just about being bold and saying, even when people count me out, I'm not gonna let them stop me. They can't stop the passion because I don't live for money. When I pray at night, I pray for wisdom, and then the money gonna come. And I feel like that's the most important thing. Being bold and getting at the table, you're gonna have to lose sleep. You're gonna have to be able to get up early in the morning. I get up at 5 o'clock while everybody else sleep. It's just a habit. I don't need no alarm clock. I got 24 hours. Yet some of my dreams don't come right off the bat. I mean, people laughed at me when I came up with my yachty, the shoes. Now it's picking up. Even some of the people around you, if they don't see it and they don't believe, like I say, it's not a overnight process, it's a marathon. So I think a lot of people, even when I first started No Limit, a lot of people couldn't see it. They called me whack, they didn't believe. They like, man, look, your music don't sound as good as the East Coast and the West Coast. I'm from the South, so I had a little slur when I talk and a country accent. And sometimes being unique and believing in yourself is what's gonna get you to your dreams and goals. It might take you a little longer. So it took me a little longer so people couldn't really see the vision. I tell people, stop looking at the mustard seed and start looking at the tree. I realized in life for us to get to billions, because we know we could get to millions, but us to get to billions, you gotta lose millions. When the white man loses it, nobody say nothing. if one of us lose it, we laugh at each other. We don't want to see each other grow. You know what I'm saying?
I was just saying it. I was just saying that the other day.
It's self-hate, man. It's self-hate. Think about it. Nobody really don't want to see you get there because they unhappy with themselves. And I have a lot of people look at me like that because I'm a worker, I'm a hard worker, even though I'm getting older and I have to figure something. It's like playing basketball. I know I can't dunk no more. So if I'm in the game, I got to shoot the jump. That's it. So you can't get mad at me because I'm still in the game. And I'm just getting better and better at what I do. I'm really trying to look at the bigger picture, what corporate America see, how they realize that product is going to give us that sustainability. 10, 20, 30 years from now, we'll still be relevant. Because even if you look at George Foreman, that Foreman grill was way bigger than what he did in boxing. But he took what he did in boxing to promote himself to get that grill. So a lot of people around him probably didn't believe. They probably think he ain't gonna make it. Because it's like, it don't happen when you want it to happen. Sometimes it happens on God's time. Because everybody wanted to happen overnight. Like, think about it, if somebody with you, they think, man, this is gonna happen next week. What if it don't? So you gotta be prepared for that it just might not happen. But if you're a hustler and you understand and you growing and you understand business, then you'll see the vision and you'll see the tree and not the mustard seed, because a lot of people count me out because they only see the mustard seed. Think about it. I went from selling no CDs to one to be able to sell 100 million. That's because nobody else can see it.
Right now, right in front of us, Jeffrey Katzenberg, obviously white man, raises $1.8 billion to build Quibi. It's a flop. It's a flop. And nobody's speaking about the fact that it's a flop and the fact that $1.8 billion may be flushed down the drain. But yet, when our own Jay-Z buys Tidal with his own money, everybody's quick to throw shade at him and Tidal. And that part is what resonated with me with Master P. Like, we got to support our own people and not be hating on them because it's just fun to do it or a joke or, you know, whatever the reasons are that drives that outcome. We need to be way more supportive, because when these guys fail, they fail really, really big. And nobody says shit. They just go raise more money again.
The wisdom and the knowledge is more important than the money, Steve. Think about it. That's more important, because if you lose it, you're going to always be able to get it back if you have the knowledge and the wisdom. And so I tell people, with me, I have $1 billion worth of knowledge. So I know if I keep working, I keep grinding, because people always say, well, P, you had it good. Nah, y'all don't know. Sometime in life, everybody have to start back over. And what do? Some of us got bigger bills than each other, but we all go through the same thing. What drives you and what motivates you to get up in the morning and chase your dreams and your goals? My kids, my family. Me knowing that I could go back to the projects if I don't do what I need to do. Our biggest problem that I want y'all to know, that we don't own stuff, so we can't control it. So we can't control who we put in the game because we don't own it. That's what we have to change. That's why I'm working so hard with who I am now, as me maturing and growing and getting smarter and getting wiser and reading and doing research, because while they out there playing, I'm preparing myself. Like I say, a good soldier prepare for war in time of peace. We got to keep educating our people in the hood. We got to show them that if I could make it, you could make it. But we got to do the right thing. And so people don't understand that it's just picking up a book, reading. I tell people all the time, if you want to know economics and banking, you could take 1 hour out a week and go online and just type in what is economics and banking. And that's going to take your game to a whole nother level. So I know my value and I know my potential.
We can build this if we all come together and support one business at a time.